Welcome. Today we will look at discipline for freedom. Proverbs 19:18 says, "Discipline your children while there is hope, otherwise you will ruin their lives." We will look at discipline, personal discipline, principle of discipline, practice of discipline, putting it to action, and group study. Once upon a time, so they say, bringing up children was straightforward. The whole community shared the responsibility. The rules were clear to everyone. Obedience was expected and disobedience quickly punished. Parents never doubted their rights to discipline, and the methods were effective. Children didn't complain, and they lived happily together. People who think that bringing up children is easy usually do not have any. Discipline them now, because it is easier to build strong children than repair broken men. Discipline your children now so that prison guards won't do the job for you later. Discipline is helping a child solve a problem. Punishment, on the other hand, is making the child suffer for having a problem. According to the dictionary, discipline is training, especially of the kind that produces self-control, orderliness, obedience, and capacity for cooperation. It has been said that you'll never know how successful you have been as a parent until you see how well your offsprings manage their own. It takes a long time to produce mature, well-balanced adults, about the way it takes for a tree to grow. Isaiah 61:3 says they will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. Discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. We will not be able to discipline our children well unless we learn how to live disciplined lives ourselves. These are the areas we fail as parents: words and complaining, nagging, criticizing, complaining, having a negative influence on our children, temper, angry outbursts, and many others. Good discipline begins with the behavior of parents. God calls us to speak words that build, guard against temper, work at whatever we do to the glory of God, walk with the Lord daily, order our days wisely so that it is time for recreation and refreshment. It is better to be slow-tempered than famous. It is better to have self-control than control an army. Proverbs 16:32. The best way to be good parents is to be good sons and daughters of our Father in heaven. The question is not, what can I do to discipline my children, but what must I be? Children are great imitators. Do you want their conduct, speech, way of life, or future marriages be a reflection of ours? Apart from the grace of God, many people turn out surprisingly like their parents. If our children grumble and complain, it could be that they are copying what they hear. If you beat their mom, you are teaching them that when you get a wife in future, don't stop at beating, but even break their limbs. Teach by example. What kind of examples do you set for your children? Do you shout, scream? Do you get uptight? Do you collapse when you're sick? Are you impatient, angry, bitter with others? Are you gentle, kind, thoughtful? Are you ready to help others? Do you look on the brighter side? Do you get on things even when they are difficult? Do you make life fun? Sometimes storms of unbelievable violence can blow through a home, leaving the parents humiliated and guilty and the children shattered. Their tones, words, insults, slamming doors, outbursts, rage and screaming. If we truly want to deal with anger in our lives, we must go back to our own roots and recognize its sources. Displaced anger. You're cross with your in-laws and feel unfairly treated at work, so you take it on everyone at home. That is not true for you, parent. That's not good for you as a parent. Pressure cooker anger. You allow things to build and build and build, creating inattention, and suddenly you explode. That is not good for you. If you're a single parent trying to discipline children, don't despair. You are not alone. Ask God to enable you to provide the good parenting. There is evidence that single parents on their own can bring up great children. Here are some advice. Stay positive. Keep in touch. Involve the children. Establish routines. Don't ask children to carry your emotional burdens. Determine not to use children as a weapon. Determine not to use them. Help them to know that they are blameless. Bring every situation to God.